Hey gang, Malcolm Winters, back to the West Coast. How we all doing? So in keeping committed, we're going to vlog today. So did get up early, no choice on that, of course. Very early morning. Feels like there's a huge boulder about the size of my head inside my stomach, which forces me awake every day, and obviously I have to go to the bathroom, and that's how it works every morning. Feels like I'm dying. Got back to some of the emails. Have a couple gentlemen coming to look at the boat and motor that I purchased this summer and didn't have time to get around to, so best to sell it for the winter and make some extra bucks for around the house, than to try and keep it back there and have it full of snow all year. Ted's a little slow today. Kind of nervous. It is cold. It is definitely colder, wetter today than it has been in a while. He did get out of bed, but he's sitting on the couch. He's not ready to go for his walk yet this morning or anything. Have kind of changed our schedule more to, instead of being 6 o'clock, to more around 9 or 10 o'clock, which I'm trying to switch back. Poor guy. Poor me too. Not used to that. Anyways, today we're going to finish off the chimney. Already cut my second hole. The through deck mount by Dickinson stainless steel. Purchased that at Lakes Marine Supplies in Duncan. Fantastic place, excellent people to order from. Had it within a day. Yeah, very easy. It was cheaper to order from them than it was from Dickinson's themselves, so that was a bonus. Didn't even have to ask for a discount. So here we can see the Cubic Mini. This is the Grizzly series. There is the Cub and the Grizzly. This will burn from about 3 to 4, possibly 5 hours if using enough pressed bricks. One of the drawbacks from the Cubic Mini that I have noticed on YouTube is the piping system. The double pipe system that they supply. The inner tube goes into the inside of this 3-inch male instead of going into a female, which I have achieved there. So what I have done is I've flipped the tube upside down. I've cut lines every about inch all the way around, and I'm able to fit that inside. So we're going to cut a collar for that so that it will spruce that up a little bit. Heading on up to the roof, we can see that the through roof fitting is on. I've already put the heat sink on there. You can see that I used a 5-inch hole, which is much bigger than the 3-inch pipe, and that the holes going around the heat sink are actually cooling fins. So that the 5-inch hole for the 3-inch pipe is able to cool and not create combustion or contain and store heat up there. So we're going to be cutting this pipe, and then we're going to be cutting that collar, taking it all apart, and then we'll be putting it all together. After that, we're going to have to put it through the tent of the roof of the tent. Of course, I had to put it exactly where it's going to be concrete, because of course I don't want to put a hole in the tent twice like I did with the roof. I am replacing the roof with a fiberglass roof once we take out the engine and replace it with electric ones, so I'm not too worried about having to patch over that hole. So, just cleaning up. Ted's ready for his walk now. Is all getting to go. So I ended up kitting those pieces and fitting them together. Of course, nothing actually ends up like it's supposed to. The curvature of the roof and the straightness of the pipe are contradicting each other, so I might have to look at that 45-degree angle pipe, or cut down the pipe that I cut down already. It is usable to make shift and get it going for tonight. So I'm just going to continue on with it. It's roughed in the spot that it's going to be forever. so I can now put it through the canvas. When we get back from the walk, I'm going to start on that part. We got back about 15-20 minutes ago. Had to sit down and relax and take a break. I'm not sure what's with my stomach. Well, stress. But I just took a bit of a break there, and then I'm going to get back at it. So we have the chimney coming through the roof, which I'm pretty happy with. We're going to leave it there for what it is. I'm going to actually have to make a collar for it because it's on the lip of the boat. So I need something that's parallel so that it lines up properly. Yeah, so I'm going to have to wait on that. It's roughed in, it's ready to go. It just needs that collar so we can continue on and go through the roof of the canvas. So this pertains to cutting a hole through both the canvases, and we're going to be using this through roof. It's usually for plumbing. I did read the rating on the rubber here and also the hard rubber. The hard rubber, absolutely no worries whatsoever. Even this with the BTU rating that it has, it's not a concern for the chimney going out of the canvas. So I'll have one of these on the inside, one of these on the outside of the canvas, squish them together with a tube going through it, and giving us access to the outside instead of smoking it up in here. Let's get to it. Greatest thing about working on the boat is pretty much all of it I can do sitting down, which is a benefit for my back. So as you can see, I was able to jerry rig onto the pipe there, and then get my through on the inside, throughs on the outside with the cap. I'll show you what that looks like on the outside. So I'll need to get somebody on the outside here pushing down. As I'm pushing up on that, and she should be good. All those flaps going up inside the outer one should keep it pretty much waterproof on the inside, and the cap and everything keep it nice and safe. Now with the Cubic Mini, because there is a Cadillac burner type system on the inside, there is very little to no ashes or lit embers that go up inside the chimney, especially that's going to be able to go that far. So I'm feeling pretty confident on the cap that's on there, and it's a semi-tarp, so it's not going to be just melty kind of thing. So something we are going to definitely keep an eye on. We're not burning that type of stuff. The material that we're burning, the pressed logs that we're burning, there's no ashes to burn up. It's actually pretty much almost burns like charcoal, but it's made out of wood. So because most of the canvas is red on the sides, it gives us a really great funky red ambiance to the whole inside of the boat. Welcome to the hot zone. As you can see, here's the Cubic Grizzly. I was able to do the little sleeve on the chimney pipe to make it look good. And we have it going through the roof and all hooked up and ready to go. Of course, it happens to be a hotter day now than it was this morning, or that it will be tonight. Although I really want to put something in there and get it burning and see how well it does with the canvas the way it is, and make sure there's no concerns for tonight. Well, the last thing I want to do tonight is worry about melting or flammage or anything like that. So best to test it now during the day. So here we go with the Cubic Mini. You can see that little collar that I made from the pipe that I cut off of the extra piece that was cut down. So there's the piece that I cut down going into the roof, and that's the bottom piece I used as a collar. And it's going up through that heat shield and into that cap. And then through the heat shield, through the through deck fitting from Dickinson's, hooked up to another pipe from Cubic Mini, going out to the heat resistant rubber boot flashing, and fitted on the other side. So I have all the canvas being pushed out, and then squished over top with the fitting, with the other fitting on the other side. So both fittings are tight to the pipe with the heat resistant rubber boot, and we have the little ash china cap for the top. And there we go. So I'm gonna go and start a fire and test that out. Of course, I'm gonna have to get one of the other shipwrights out here that are working on their boats, or my roommate, to jump on top of that ladder and better fasten the flashing up there. Of course, with my back and injury to my knee, I'm unable to crawl on top of the boat. You can crawl inside the boat in the nice big spaces that are available in boats. It's too bad RVs aren't built like boats. Boats probably have at least twice the width of RVs. So there's much more room to go in and do wiring or adjusting, and there's always very small adjustments or increments when you're working with boats. Even with the sailboats, you can see that there's whichever boat that we're looking at, that the decks aren't separated very much, so that you're actually overexerting your knees or back. And the reason for that is that most of the people that have boats are older gentlemen. Alright, we'll catch up with you guys soon. We're gonna go test out that stove. Hey gang, all cleaned up now. We've got a brick burning in the stove, about 10-15 minutes in. Burning it hot. Definitely smell the smell of the rubber or plastic gasket. Of course, that's going to be there. That's why we're burning it off now instead of tonight. Able to sell the boat today, so sold my speedboat motor fishing boat for $440. That's definitely going to help the bills with Ted. So it's been a pretty good day. Got my work done and sold my boat. So time to sit back, have a smoke, and drink a beer, and reflect on what to do for tomorrow. Alright, thanks for checking in, guys, and we'll talk soon.